Hello and welcome to Liza's BLTs. What's a BLT? It's a body love talk where we talk about everything from emotional eating, body image, self-care, self-love, confidence, boundaries, and so much more. So who am I? I am Liza Lomax. I am a mind, body, and food coach. So I get to help folks with an unhealthy relationship with food destroy that stronghold it has on their lives by walking with them through it all with what I like to call the Liza's limitation lifter system. I've been having this conversation with a lot of people lately, specifically about emotional eating. And I just launched my fall program, Evolving Beyond Emotional Eating, and where we really focus on the holidays and the anxiety and the stress that occur during this time that makes us more susceptible to emotional eating, makes us more vulnerable during this time. And whether it's family or friends or parties, celebrations, coworkers, whatever it is, all the anxiety that's wrapped around it, and the guilt and the shame and the blame and all the other things. So emotional eating, and you probably listened to some of my videos before, and you'll probably hear a lot of the same content, and maybe you'll get something more out of it. But emotional eating is just a symptom of something that someone is avoiding, not wanting to have a heart-to-heart, face-to-face conversation about, okay? So where does that come from? I really want to talk about today about where emotional eating stems from and where it comes from. So when you're younger, okay, so when it usually occurs around between the ages of 8 and 10, where we're told that we have to look a certain way and dress a certain way and act a certain way and be a certain way, and we have to play a part and put on a mask and play a role and do all these things for other people. We lose our authenticity, we lose our confidence. I mean, think about the little kids running around and they're so confident, and they're so happy, and they're just doing their thing. And then somebody comes along and says, no, 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 what you're doing is wrong. You need to stop doing it. That's part of the conditioning process that we go through. Where emotional eating comes into play, or when eating comes into play, is, say you get an A on your report card. Let's go celebrate with some ice cream. Yay. So you're happy. You celebrate with some ice cream. Broke up with your boyfriend or girlfriend. Oh, let's go get some ice cream. Or let's just binge watch a bunch of TV and just eat and eat and eat in front of the TV. So you're sad, you get ice cream. So you learn if you're happy, you get ice cream. If you're sad, you get ice cream. Let's take it a step further. Let's take it a little farther back. When you're sitting in the high chair and your mom is feeding you, shoveling food in your mouth. You're crying, whining, whatever it is, whatever the emotion is, whatever the scenario is, the situation, your mom's basically shoveling food in your mouth. So you learn this hand-to-mouth motion at a very young age. This is soothing. This is comfort. So where it gets skewed in your brain is that you learn that, oh, food is comfort. Food is supportive. Food is always going to be there. Most people come from two different types of backgrounds. You either came from a place of abundance, you came from a place of lack or scarcity. If you came from a place of abundance, food was always available. You could have whatever you wanted, whenever you wanted, however much you wanted. So you learn unhealthy eating habits that way. You ate and ate and ate, because you could eat whatever you wanted. You could eat as much as you wanted, whenever you wanted. Let's just eat and eat and eat and eat. Or you came from a place of lack or scarcity, where you didn't know where your next meal was coming from. You had to get to the dinner table in time, or you didn't get any food. If you got to the dinner table, you had to eat everything on your plate, or you were reminded with some scenario that, oh, there's starving children in Africa, or there's starving children somewhere in the world. This is what a lot of us were told in the 70s and 80s, even farther back than that. I was told this. So I had to eat everything on my plate. So in that scenario, you have to eat everything in your plate. Or you didn't eat everything. You were punished and then sent to your room. That's where really bad behaviors start. That's where eating disorders start. All of that scenario is where a disordered relationship was formed with food. So think about those scenarios and think about the scenarios that are going on in your life, and think about the situations that happened and the beliefs and the habits and the stories that you have behind food. A lot of them derive from your childhood. And like I've said before in previous videos, it's not your parents' fault. It's not your parents' fault. It's like those were the tools that they had at the time to instill in their children. They thought that they were doing what was right, when really they were just putting their emotional trauma back onto you. And if you're an adult, I'm hoping that you're an adult watching this video. But if you're not, that's okay too. But you grow up to be an adult and you have kids of your own, and you instill that emotional trauma right back into your children. So it's a continuing cycle. So emotional eating can just be a continuing cycle over and over and over and over again. So how do we work on that? How do we destroy that stronghold that it has on us? By doing the inner work, by finding a coach, finding someone who's been there, done that, who's gone through that before, and can get you to the other side. It's a lot of healing work, doing a lot of reframing of your beliefs and your habits and your stories, those sabotaging patterns, all those things that get triggered. These are some of the things that I will be discussing in my fall program. And if you're interested, I will actually put the information and the link and information stuff down below this video. If you're ready to evolve beyond emotional eating and to work on your shit, then now's the time. Not next week, not next month, not next year. Now is the time to start working on destroying that stronghold. So that's it from me today for Liza's BLTs. Tune in next week for another topic. And be sure to hit the subscribe button. When you do hit the subscribe button, then you get notifications when a new video pops up for me. And then check out some of my other videos. A lot of the content I put out is content I give to my own clients. So you're getting a lot of free and valuable content. So I look forward to seeing all your beautiful faces again next week, and have a wonderful day and keep loving yourself.